What's up, everybody? Grumpy Giant coming at you from my Skyblock paradise. We've got some work to do today. We've got a little bit of work ahead of us. It's going to be some good stuff. I've got to get some automation. Well, really just item claiming out of the chickens. I've worked out up here behind all this nastiness here. The roost collectors, I kind of like them. They're kind of cool. We kind of played with them at the beginning of the last episode. They're not super duper quick. And I tried to set it up between episodes with the ender chests. That's not gonna work. Not at all. I don't have any pipes that are quick enough to deal with any of this. What I don't want to do is run a dense Emmy system cable from all the way over here to all the way over there. That sounds like a really bad time. So what we're going to do to save cost, I already had to use a little bit of dense cable right up here. But what we're going to do to save a little bit of this is we are going to run a P2P tunnel. Before we do that, though, I do want to kind of walk you through. So I had ran into an issue. I had recorded the episode that is supposed to be today, and built up basically the auto-crafting stuff for Applied Energistics. The visuals were all messed up. So I use OBS to record, and instead of recording at the native 4K, which is what I use, it recorded at a native 1080p, which, you know, it's when the video gets uploaded to YouTube, it's 1080 anyway. It's downsized. However, it downsized in a really strange way, so all you saw was the upper left-hand quarter of my screen. It was not good. So, yeah, scrapped. It's done. We can go over how you make the interfaces. I've already started to put some stuff into them. The molecular assemblers and the interface. This may not be the most efficient design. It's just the design that I like. It's nice and compact, and this takes up all 32 channels of a dense cable. As you can see by the smart cables, the lines on them, this takes up all 32 channels. So there's 32 interfaces, 32 molecular assemblers. Each assembler has an interface. It works. It works very well. I went ahead and put acceleration card upgrades in every single molecular assembler. And then the crafting computers, there's two 16Ks and four 64Ks. The way that I did it here, I just did it for the sake of doing it with the crafting monitor in place. You don't have to use the crafting monitor. You can just do crafting co-processing units, and this would actually give you one extra crafting step that this could do. I don't really care. There aren't going to be too many that are going to be using 8 crafting steps simultaneously, and I like to kind of see what it's doing. It's kind of fun. We'll look at this a little bit more in depth in just a little bit. As far as the inscribers go, these are all fully automated as well, as is the crystal growth chamber, and I've set up recipes for several things. You can see we've got a recipe for Fluix, a recipe for nether quartz, pure Fluix, and pure Certus. Here, there's a recipe for the printed engineering circuit. All the circuits have their own recipes in their corresponding interface. And then over here, we've got the actual processors encoded. And we've got a lot of channels left on here, so we could actually put more crafting processors up here if we wanted to. This, I want to double, basically, yes. I don't want to do it up here, though. What I'll do is I'll run it down on this end, and I'll do it from a cable that will run through underneath and then pop up, you know, right here, wherever the case may be. It'll be somewhere in that area. And that'll be good. And we'll do that together. It probably won't be today. But first things first, let's get started on this P2P tunnel. So I've got some goodies in my inventory here. Actually, let's do that one. We've got our P2P tunnels. We've got some quartz fibers. We've got some dense cables if need be. Don't need the inner chest up there. And we've got some anchors. We've got our memory card. I think we've got everything we need to get started here. So what we want to do is come up to right here, right? So we'll go right there. And actually, we could do it here instead. So let's do that. Let's do that. This will be a little bit more effective, I think, with getting everything hooked up. So we're going to put one end of the P2P tunnel here, and this, what looks like a screen, needs to face into whatever it is that you're connecting. So in this case, these lines go straight up to the chickens, to the stuff in the chicken house. So this is where we want to connect, and we're going to put a dense smart cable right there. Okay, so this is going to give us 32 channels. We're going to connect it down here under this other building. Okay, and we will come up here and over. And for anyone who hasn't set up a P2P tunnel before, it can be tricky, a little bit tricky. It's not like the mod authors were just designing this thing to throw you off or anything, but it can be a bit odd. So what we're going to do, we're going to come right over here. We're going to throw this P2P tunnel on this dense smart cable, okay? Right. No, we need to do it the other way. So we'll do this. We'll bring this right here. Can we put this in here now? No, it's not going to want to do it. So we're going to have to go one out, I think. Let's go. Yeah, we'll do it right there. We'll do a P2P tunnel here. And then we'll put one more dense cable there. And then we can connect that. All right. And then what we need to do, we need to give power to both ends of this cable. Okay. So we come with the quartz fiber cable. This is kind of an important detail. The quartz, well, why is it not going to attach there? Oh, it will. It will. It's just, what is that? What is that going to? That doesn't go there. No. And then we can come right here, and then we'll use a cable. No. You don't do that. What is this stuff? Oh, excuse me. What is this stuff attaching to? Oh, it attached on the backside. I see. That's not where I wanted it to go at all. I tell you what, we'll put it right here if we can. And we can. Awesome. So now we can take the regular smart cable and we can just attach it straight on. I think. Well, maybe. Does this work? Yeah, there we go. What that's going to do is it won't allow data to travel across it, but it will allow power to travel across it. So you see how now all of a sudden this has 2 of 8 channels? That's what we needed. So this still has 0 because this actually isn't connected to anything just yet. So what we need to do, we need to come over here and basically do the same thing. Okay. So we're going to come across there and we're going to put a cable on the, that's probably going to connect if we do that. So let's put a couple anchors on there. And I don't want dense, I want regular. There we go. So now that will allow power across as well, okay? Now what we need to do, see this says device online, but it's unlinked. So we need to take our memory card, all right? And we need to... Actually, I think I did that backwards. We're going to shift right click there, and then we'll right click here. Linked output side. Yeah, okay, so I think that worked. So now let's go up top. So that's linked now. And you can see on this line, these 7 of 8 channels, 6 of 8 channels, 6 of 8 channels, and 4 of 8 channels, which is perfect. At least it should be. So we've got a functional P2P system now, at least in theory. And yeah, so we have a terminal that we can access. And let's see if these are emptying. Yeah, look at that. The roost collectors are emptying out. Oh, that is fantastic. I put that many roost collectors in because we have an awful lot of stuff that builds up. And some of them, I don't know that we're ever going to get truly empty. Like the sand one, I don't know if that's ever actually going to empty out. And the log one, I don't know that that's ever actually going to empty out. Some of the baseline chickens, they produce so fast that it's like the roost collectors just can't keep up. You know, and some of these are going to have a harder time emptying. They're going to have to wait until others get emptied, but we will be collecting all of the drops from everything over time. Right? So that was the goal of getting this set up. And what we can do, oh, wrong one. What we can do is we can kind of pretty this place up a little bit. We can put cable facades onto all of the cables that are in here that we can see in here. There's 4 of them that run up through the wall. We can put cable facades on all of those. We can plug up the floor, and you know, it'll help. It'll help. It's still going to be a bit odd, but honestly, that was kind of the only way we could really get that done. Now, what we need to do, now that that is finished up, we can start looking at some other auto-crafting features that we can take advantage of. I did the same thing, and that's why I left this P2P tunnel open. Part of what we did in the last episode was put the P2P tunnel in, like this one. This is our other P2P tunnel. This P2P tunnel runs up to the top of the factory. Okay, I did that. I thought I was recording in the last episode. We did a few upgrades here, and we got this stuff hooked up to the AE system, to the Emmy system, excuse me. All of this stuff is hooked up. The mechanism stuff is mostly hooked up. I still haven't given it many recipes at all. But up here, we've used, like this one has the Skystone block. Up here, we've used the interfaces that are flat, and versus the big full square, the full block interface. To get these, all you do is you take the full block interface and put it in a crafting terminal, and it becomes the flat one. But what I want to do is I want to teach it a few more recipes. I've got the recipe terminal, the pattern terminal set up down here. I have one up here too. That's this guy, but I don't have any patterns in it. My patterns are all down here. So if we look in the pattern terminal, this is where we can go to create patterns. So in this case, since we're almost out of patterns, I've got a pattern set for blank patterns, so I don't have to craft that anymore. You can see all of the craftable stuff that we've got. Most of the stuff that we can craft at this point is Applied Energistics stuff. Mostly to make it easier to get everything set up. But what we need to look at is fluid cells. All right, so this has the fluid stuff in it that Applied Energistics doesn't normally do by itself, but it's got the add-ons to do it. We're going to take advantage of that because it is awesome. We've got a little bit of the questing done. We've gotten through the 64K storage cell, and I created patterns last time all the way through to the 16384 storage cell. We kind of need to do the same thing for the gas cells and the fluid cells. I forgot we still have that to do too. What I'd like to do, though, is just kind of knock out a few of these quests, all right? So the going wireless is a big one that I want to do, and I want to do that on camera, so we need to start working on towards that, like, right now. What we're going to do is it requires dense energy cell and a private network. So dense, yeah, I did it again. Dense energy cell, that's not easy to say, is something that we can probably, I mean, we may want to set a pattern for that, but I don't know. So the dense energy cell is right there, and that's going to be what, 8 energy cells plus a calculation processor. Energy cells are just that. That's pretty easy. Why don't we go ahead and set a pattern for the energy cells? All right, and this is how easy it is to make patterns here. And we can make a pattern for the dense energy cell, although I don't have an energy cell in here, so let's come up here. The funny thing with auto-crafting in an Emmy system, you don't actually have to have the item as long as the system is aware of how to craft the item. So now that it knows, you saw just a second ago, we weren't able to do the recipe for the dense energy cell because we didn't have an energy cell. Well, check this out. So we're going to come back in here. We just put the recipe in, right? We don't actually have one. Oh, it says we do. Well, we have one, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so we put the recipe in. It knows how to make the regular energy cell. So now we can go for the dense energy cell, and we can make the pattern for that. So let's put this up here in one of the molecular assemblers. We'll put it in the same one as the energy cell, I guess. Why not? And let's see, was that all of it? Yeah, dense energy cell, that's it. Okay, so let's come in here. Let's tell it to craft us a dense energy cell. Okay, now we're going to hit start, and I'm going to try to turn and see if we can see it being crafted. Right there. You see, it's crafting it. And this is why I like those crafting monitors. You can see the process of what everything is doing. And if you look over in that pipe, you can see all the what appeared to be pure fluix crystals moving along. So just like that, boom, we have a dense energy cell. Boom. All right, sweet. So let's toss that back in there. We don't need it. Now, beyond the dense energy cell, we need to do a private network. So we need an Emmy security terminal. All right, so let's look at Emmy security terminal. That's an Emmy chest, a 16K. What do we have? What do we not have? I'm not going to make a pattern for all of this stuff. We've got everything we need outside of what? The 16K and Emmy glass. We need one of these. Okay, so let's start up one of those. We'll fire it off. We'll fire off one recipe of that because that gives us 4. And then we needed a 16K. Okay, that's easy enough. So 16K Emmy storage component. Done. So in just a minute, we'll be able to craft that up. So you can see this thing is still working on the 16K, but the rest of the stuff is done. The system really does go pretty quickly once you get some upgrades in these. And then I'm not going to worry about adding the second set of these, the other 32 over here, until we run out of space in the molecular assemblers. And that's, honestly, that's going to be a while. So we'll worry about that when the time comes. You used that thing, did you? That was engineering, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. So now I guess we'll just have to wait for one more engineering processor, and there we go. So there's our engineering processor. ME security terminal. Okay, well that's pretty easy. So going wireless, we need the wireless access point. A wireless craft. What is that? Universal. I don't know that I've seen that one. Oh, it's because it's extra cells. This one I've seen. I'm used to the wireless crafting terminal, the the wireless crafting terminal 2 mod crafting terminal. I'm used to that one. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is kind of handy. This, though, wireless universal terminal crafting sounds pretty okie dokie. So let's see. You can add a wireless access point. Yeah, wireless crafting terminal, craft that together. Oh, okay, cool. So the security terminal, how many channels do I have? I don't have any on that one, but I do have some on this one. So we can toss this guy right there, right? So we're not going to worry about that yet, but it's on there. But we do need to, that's how we're going to link the rest of the system together. So what we need to do, we need to get the wireless access point thing put together. And I don't think it's worth putting a recipe together for that. So Fluix Pearl, and we don't have any more of this, so let's craft 100. Yeah, cool. That works. We'll get a bunch of that stuff together. And there we go. Fluix Pearl. And where'd it go? There it is. And then we can put that together. So we have our wireless receiver now, the little part. And then, do we have everything else for that? No, we need one of the calculation processors. And you know what? Let's just make 10. So it takes just a minute for this stuff to craft. It's really pretty quick. And then, you know what? Let's craft. Can we craft 100? Yeah, we can craft 100 Fluix crystals. You know, and this is one of those benefits to have that, this entire storage system over here. We can hold a ridiculous amount of random items in this setup, and it never goes into the AE system, to the Emmy system. It can. We could make the Emmy system capable of holding everything here and more if we chose to. Good, we got 1,500 graphite. That is fantastic. 10,000 yellorium. Wow, that chicken has been going nuts. Which is good, because I think pretty soon, I think next episode, we're going to do Industrial Foregoing, which opens up, presumably, big reactors. All right, so the wireless terminal, done. So we've got that. What else did we need? We needed the wireless crafting terminal and the wireless universal terminal. So we need to look up wireless, okay. Wireless crafting terminal, which is a wireless terminal plus another Fluix Pearl. Can we get, though, I want pures. I don't want to use those. So let's craft 50 pures. Yeah, that should be good. We'll give that just a second. I don't like using the, when I can get away with it, I don't like using these Fluix. I prefer to use the pures, because at the end of the day, the pures are just a little bit. Let's make a couple of those. I don't know how many of those we're going to need. I don't think we're going to need many more. But I guess I don't know. It's the wireless. Yeah, so there's the wireless terminal. So we're going to need another one of these things. And then put the quartz fibers away for now. Let's put all those cables away too. We'll put that in there. And then that, we need a Emmy terminal. Can we make that? Do we have the recipe for that? Emmy terminal right there. Yeah, I thought I put together most of the crafting recipes for this stuff. I don't think I put the gas and fluid ones together, but that's okay. Emmy terminal. Okay, so we got an Emmy terminal now. So let's find the wireless terminal. We got the dense energy cell too. Sweet. So there. We got our wireless terminal. All right. So now we needed to make the bauble version. So we need to make, was that right? So we've got that. No, we need to make that. And then the wireless universal terminal is that. Item, wireless gas. That should have, didn't it say there was a crafting one? Yeah, crafting. So what do we do then? We craft a wireless crafting terminal and together with a regular fluid and gas terminal. Okay. All right. So we've got the regular crafting terminal. So let's search up fluid terminal. Right there. What are we missing from that? Oh, logic processor. Okay. Let's just craft up 20. So, we need to combine... It says we need to combine the wireless... No, it said wireless crafting terminal, didn't it? Yeah, wireless... Okay, so we do need to make that wireless crafting terminal. Okay. No biggie. And then we need to get the Emmy crafting terminal. Right. Yep. Okay, come on. Crafting terminal. We'll make a couple. And then the bauble is right there. Do we have it yet? Yes, we do. So there is our wireless crafting terminal. Nice. Nice. And then we need to make the gas and fluid. Oh, come on. Terminal. But now we're out of that. Okay, can we make recipes for this? I don't like making recipes for every little thing, but it's just that much easier to do it. Alright, gas terminal. ME gas terminal. Looks like that. Okay, awesome. So let me put these down in the molecular assemblers. We'll put them here. And then we'll come back in here, and we have one. Well, we have a gas terminal. Do we have a fluid terminal? No, we'll craft one up real quick, though. We'll get this done, and hopefully shortly we'll be able to set up wireless access to our network. Okay, there is that. So then we take what? This plus both of these. Wireless universal terminal crafting from extra cells 2. Okay. So there is that quest complete. And so Singularity is going to require painting the network, automating safer drives in, out. What is that? Oh, that's all the, yeah, okay. That's funny. It says we haven't made an export bus, but we have. And then the fluid stuff. Yeah, that's a bunch of stuff. Okay. So, let's get this, and then we can hit... I would... Hello, Piggy. 5 of 8, 6 of 8. So, can we put this... I don't think I want to put that on that line. Can we put this guy... like right there? Okay, so that's got device online. And then we can take this and link it. Yup. And then all we have to do is charge it. Which I didn't build the charger. Oh, let's build the charger. All right, so charger. Done. See, that stuff gets real easy once you have the infrastructure in place. So let's put the charger right there, I guess. And then we can set this thing in it. And take it back out. Or not. That should be charging, shouldn't it? But now it says gas? What? Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, that's super annoying. Let's try this. I'm gonna try to fix this thing once. I don't need the gas one, though. I need the fluid one. But now, of course, it won't. Well, do I need to put them both in there? No. Wow, that is annoying. Okay. Fantastic. So, I will figure that out between episodes. I'm not going to mess with that right now. But let's see. So what did we get done? We got the charger built, which apparently was a mistake because it broke our crafting terminal. That is super duper annoying. I guess we can make another one real quick, I guess. So I guess for now we'll just use this one, right? And we can set that in there to charge. And see, now we have access here. We're going to make the crafting one because this one's awful. It's just items. You can't craft in it. Which, I mean, it's better than nothing, but... wow, that holds a lot of energy. Okay, well, sweet. So, we've got wireless terminals set up. We've got our chickens automated. Well, the retrieval of items automated. We've got a lot of stuff here put together. We've now kind of looked at how the auto-crafting in Applied Energistics works. We made a few patterns today. We got our charger built that then broke something. I think overall that was a lag spike. Okay. Let me show you this though real quick. So what I did, I put some extra drives, some extra Emmy drives in the middle here. They're not currently in use, obviously, but they are there. We still have our drives up top. We've got nothing in the center here. We can put something in the center here, but I kind of want to leave it as is just in case we need to break through here and add more cables coming in from the middle, because we can always do that. But I did expand the controller mostly for appearances because I don't really plan on needing any connections on the sides. I just kind of like the way it looks when it looks whole. Hello. So that was between episodes, and even with the complete disaster that was the last recording, this is our current progress. This is where we're at right now. So I've started moving everything into the AE system, into the Emmy system, trying to start using it for our complete storage. So yeah, as time goes on, everything will start to become automated, and that is the heart of our automation right there. That big old beautiful thing right there is the heart. So that's why it's also centralized to the base, kind of, mostly, sort of, anyway. Yeah, we've still got some cleanup to do out here. I'd like to move out the forestry stuff, but I'll do that between episodes. And, you know, I need to do some work on getting rid of the tree farms. I want to put those into a compact machine. Actually, before I end this episode, this ME capability adapter. I want to look and see what is involved. Really? Really? That's it? Okay. Well, that was well worth it. So the ME capability adapter allows us to directly connect the compact machines, giant machines, and every other machine through the tunnels to the ME system. That is fantastic. I've never played with that mod before, but now that I've found it, I am absolutely stoked about it. Okay, awesome. So now we can start moving some of these into compact machines. I'm thinking I might put some of the compact machines in here, just for the sake of, I think it would be best. We've got the space. All of these and all of our trees out here can go into the same compact machine, and then we can start getting this place cleaned up. So yeah, I think that being said, this is a good point to wrap up the episode. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if you have any comments or anything, make sure you leave them down below. If you like today's video, please think about hitting that like button. I really appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate that too. And thanks for watching. Until next time, Grumpy Giant signing out. Bye-bye.